So since then, but before that, I'd done, musical theater shows and plays in school, but not a lot of it. I was actually a jazz singer, and I was planning on doing that for my life because you get so much money as a jazz singer. I had scholarships to go different places, but I actually decided to stay closer to home, which I'm glad I did, because from deciding that I was really bored just doing jazz music theory all the time and I wanted to do more is kind of what propelled me into finding acting and everything that goes along with that, with just the creative endeavor of being an actor. You can be a writer and a director and a producer and all of the other things. It's a full collaborative art form that I don't think I would have found if I had just stayed in the track to be a jazz singer. When I started out, there wasn't really much in the way of guidance because, the internet was just kind of starting to be a thing. I graduated in 2004, so Facebook hadn't started yet. There was no Instagram, there was no Twitter, podcast didn't exist, YouTube wasn't a thing. And now with so much at our fingertips, it is, I think, imperative for anyone who's interested in being involved in the industry to educate yourself on what that really means. Yeah, and because being an artist in any form can be a hard road, but if it's something inside you that you have to do, it's a calling that you can't just, decide one day you're gonna do this and then, I'm fine, I'm done. Well, for most of us who stay in this business a really long time, it's not an easy do it or don't do it. It's like we have to do it and figure out a way to make that work, whether it is a hobby or a career. And it'll take some time, and it'll just I think we all need to champion one another's voices. So the fact that something like the site, like Universal Asian exists is really important in these conversations, and showing people that they can do it, that their stories should be told, that if you want to go and write something, you should go and write something. You should also be putting your money towards other API creators, and you should be getting the word out, collaborating with other people, all of that, because the more visibility any of us get, the better it is for all of us. So for so many years, I had written poetry as a hobby. I wrote in school, in high school, and one of my things was always that I wanted to publish a book of poetry one day. It was that thing I wanted to do. I was obsessed with 20th century poets. I just loved it. And when it got to, top of pandemic, I really wanted to put it all together and figure out a way to do that in sort of a narrative form that would make sense for all the different pieces. And there was a whole bunch of new stuff that I was working on. And it's really something that I just wanted to do because I love writing poems and I love telling stories in that way, which is just a different way to tell stories.